Hey, Aaron. What difference does your faith make in your life?
It's everything. That's where it starts for me, the foundation, and where I get a lot of my strength, and being able to do what I do on a daily basis. It all comes from that.
Just being here kind of put things in perspective, your faith and stuff, put things in perspective, being here and playing in the league.
Yeah, definitely. I never would have imagined I'd be in this position. First off, getting drafted, getting a chance to work my way up to the major leagues, and then get a chance to be in an All-Star game. It's pretty, it's surreal, but it all starts with, the faith, and, it's definitely blessed to be in this spot.
Aaron, that was very dope and very serious. I'm your boy, the Camaro. I love you. I want to ask you about food, bro. Let's get a little bit serious. What is something that you have to eat before a game to perform, to be the judge?
It's changed over the years. Usually it used to be like chicken and rice, something like that, plain and simple. But we got some good chefs in New York. They've been cooking up some nice chopped cheeses, and that kind of it gets you. Yeah, I don't know if I should tell the kids that they should be eating chopped cheese before a game, but we'll mix that in every now and then. It gets me right.
High protein.
Exactly.
High
You know
protein.
it. You know it. Yeah.
All right. So, what? You don't got to name a city, but what is the worst spread you ever seen, bro? When you came out that locker room and you were like, "This is what y'all got for me, bro." Old prosciutto.
Yeah, we've had a couple cold cut days where it's just some cold cuts, some bread, and kind of go get them, So, yeah, you got to make it happen. But we're in the big league, so you gotta enjoy every moment.
Being with a lot of Latin ball players, have you dipped into the Latino, palate? You know what I mean? Like a little mango, some plátano, salami, all that type of stuff. You're in the Bronx, bro.
Yeah, definitely. They, especially when we play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys. So when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because he might send you something to put you to sleep. A Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. That's the trick.
I get full, but I'm usually not. We got a couple hours before the game, so I got time to recharge.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Hey, great to see you.
All day.
Great to see you.
Hi, Aaron.
How are you?
I'm good. And are there any players you want to face or meet on the game?
Yeah, for us and on the AL side, getting a chance. We faced the Oakland A's earlier in the year. Got a chance to see Mason Miller, and man, just electric stuff out of him. I saw him come up as a starter, and then seeing him now what he's doing as a closer is just pretty impressive. Getting to see the Rangers guys, the run they went on last year, winning it all. Getting a chance to kind of talk with Corey, talk with Marcus, Adolis, all those guys. Kirby Yates I got to play with, so it's cool catching up with them and just kind of congratulating them on a great year.
And what was the reason for your sudden improvement between April and May? Why did you change to an open stance? Why?
You just always got to adjust. This game, you got to make adjustments every single day. You can't be satisfied with what's going on or satisfied with what you did the year before, because the players change, the league change. They always adjust to you. So day by day, just making adjustments, and I had to make a couple changes, especially after the rough April start. And I really don't know what worked, because I changed a lot. So whatever it is, we're just gonna keep doing it.
Thank you.
So it's a great honor to talk to you. We're Japanese TV Asahi. You've had an incredible season this year, but many players find it challenging to hitting for average and hitting for home runs. Now, how do you manage to maintain high performance in both areas? And also tell us your prospect for winning the Triple Crown, please.
Honestly, I try not to focus on the power. I try to just focus on being a good hitter. A lot of the great hitters I watched growing up, Albert Pujols being one of them, was a guy, and he always talked about he just wanted to be a good gap-to-gap hitter. He didn't really try to focus on hitting home runs. He didn't try to leave the ballpark. He just tried to focus on, if I can be a good contact hitter, use the whole field, good things are going to happen. And I think for a lot of kids growing up, you got to develop into a good hitter first. You can't try to search for power. The power will come as you age, as you mature, and as you just learn your swing and learn your body. So, any advice on that? And, what I try to do is just try to be a good hitter first off, and, the power will come.
You also have Shohei Ohtani in contention for Triple Crown, maybe. Although he's in the other league, what are your thoughts on that?
it's incredible what he does day in and day out, you know, and then especially as he's recovering from a Tommy John surgery, and for him to be hitting over 300, you know, the home runs, the powers, the RBIs, the stolen bases, it's just, he's an incredible athlete. You know, he does so much for this game, and I think, you know, if he gets a triple crown, man, that'd be pretty impressive. And then, you know, next year he'll be back on the mound. It's, you know, I look forward to watching him. I love watching the highlights every single night and seeing what he does. He always does something special every single night. So, you know, hopefully he does it.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So sounds like your training season came from like a focus in power. So what did you do to like build up like a power to your success?
Yeah, I think just really, like I was saying, just focus on being a good hitter, contact. You know, if I can just try to be as accurate as I can with my barrel, and you know, try to make sure my moves are simple. I think in this game we try to overcomplicate a lot of things, and you know, since you're playing every single day, you can kind of get wrapped up in trying to make a lot of big adjustments. But I think it's really about making small adjustments, keeping things simple. And as I kind of simplified the swing and my approach, you know, the power kind of came with it.
So I know like you guys are different league now, but what do you think about Ohtani's this season? And if you have a most impressive bat for the year?
Ohtani's been doing his thing once again. You know, like I said, just to see somebody recovering from Tommy John, which I've been around a lot of different pitchers, and we had a couple position players have that surgery. It's a grueling rehab process, and it's very taxing on your body. But to see him, you know, still go out there swinging the way he's doing, hitting the ball out of the ballpark, you know, left field, right field, center field, it's just amazing. You know, I don't think I could do that.
Do you care his like a result or like how many he hits home runs in different?
Yeah, I want to see him hit a home run every day. You know, it's good for the game. It's good for the sport. You know, I know worldwide people are watching him and watching this game, and I think, you know, more players we have that are like him, that are great ball players, it's only going to grow this game. So I'm hoping he does something special every night.
I'm looking forward to your tip.
Thank you.
Apologies if you already answered this, but the idea of seeing Skenes pitch here and potentially hitting against him, what are you looking forward to?
Oh, it's exciting. You know, gotten a chance to watch a couple of his games, you know, the past couple of weeks, you know, since he got called up, and it's special stuff, man, electric stuff. You know, not only is you can talk about the velocity on his pitches and what he does, but you know, the guy's a pitcher, man. He can work all 3, 4, 5 of his pitches, throw it in every part of the zone, any count. And he's a complete pitcher, man. So it's going to be fun. You know, I think we're all excited to, you know, see him on the mound, see him do his thing, especially in his first All-Star game, getting the nod to be a starter. It's impressive, man. So definitely looking forward to facing him. What's that? The approach? Oof. Don't blink, because that ball's coming in pretty fast. So it's, just try to keep it simple, man. Try to get a strike. You know, don't miss it, because you're probably only getting one pitch to hit, so you can't miss it. Yeah, definitely. He's gonna be one of the top pitchers in this game for a long time. So it's gonna be exciting to, you know, get a chance to face him in his first one, and I know he's gonna have multiple All-Star game starts, you know, for years to come. So it's gonna be pretty cool. I think we got a good lineup. So I think they'll work a good count or, you know, get a base hit. So we'll see what happens.
Aaron, you had a chance to sort of reflect, and what's it been like having Juan just around, hitting in front of you in the clubhouse?
Soto's been amazing, man. He's the best hitter I've ever seen. Just from his ability of, you know, getting on base, he knows the strike zone. When pitchers leave a pitch over the heart of the plate, he does damage on it. You know, I've seen him leave the center field, leave the right, leave the left. Big moments, doesn't matter if it's the start of the game, he's only seen one pitch against a guy we've never faced before, takes him deep, or if it's, you know, top of the ninth on the road in a tough environment and he takes somebody deep. It's just impressive to see him do that day in and day out, and I got a front row seat for it all.
And as a guy who was ready to walk here and re-signed, are you doing anything? Are you pushing him in any way? Hey, man, come back. What's that like?
You know, that decision's, you know, all based on him and his family and what, you know, what they want to do and what feels right, you know. So as a teammate, it's just about being supportive for him and, you know, showing him what New York can offer. But I think the fans have definitely shown him a lot of love and shown him, you know, what he means to this city. And, I wish him nothing but the best. He's going to make the right decision for what's best for him, and I know we definitely love to have him in New York for a long time, but it's ultimately up to him to make that choice.
And what do you know about Paul Skenes, rookie phenom, and excited about hopefully facing him?
Yeah, I don't know much. I saw him do his thing with LSU, in the College World Series, and then getting a chance to see him, this season come up, and I think he's had 11 starts, and each start is much watched TV, that's for sure. Just like I was saying earlier, man, he's got an electric fastball. He's got great feel for his fastball. Throw it in any count, any situation. He got great feel for all his pitches. So he's a complete pitcher. You see a lot of guys that come up and they maybe have one good pitch, and that's what got him to the big leagues. But this guy, he's got 4 or 5 great pitches. So it's gonna be fun to see him, fun to face him, and definitely following his journey along the way.
And were you ever an All-Star snub growing up at any
level? It's tough to look back. But I think there definitely might have been 1 or 2 incidents for sure.
Did you ever play in an All-Star game where somebody else that turned out to be sort of famous or went out and did great things?
It's tough to say. There wasn't too many people out of Linden, California, I think, in those All-Star games. But I think the coolest experience for me was the Futures game. Back getting a chance to play with some guys that are now in the big leagues doing their thing. I was there with Josh Bell. He had a homer in that game. I was on base for that, which was pretty cool. Trevor Story was on our team. Getting a chance to play against Gary Sanchez, I was coming up with him in the league, but getting a chance to play against him was pretty cool. So it's a lot of studs that played in that game are now in the big leagues doing their thing, so that's pretty special.
Is there anybody here that if you could take something out of their toolbox and put it in yours, anything kind of flash in your mind, you think, man, I wish I could do this that that guy does?
Ooh, I think I'm sitting next to 2 guys that can throw 100 miles an hour, a little over that. I wish I could, in the outfield, bust that out every now and then. Definitely Juan Soto, because I've been getting a chance to see him do his thing day in and day out, and just the impact he's had for this team from day one. You go all the way back to that Houston series, and going into a hostile environment, and for us to go out and sweep a great ball club. He's an MVP in my book, man. He gets on base, he drives people in, works great at bats, and playing great defense for us out in right field. So he's definitely had my vote. Just the quality of pitchers, just when I came up, it was, hey, let's, try to work the starter as best as we can and get to the bullpen so we can maybe beat up on some bullpen arms. But you don't want to see some of these bullpen arms that are coming out of here. It's just impressive how the league's developed over the past couple seasons, even the past 3 years. Just you're seeing guys out of the bullpen. Every guy you see, even if you don't know that much about him, he's 95 to 98 with some nasty off-speed pitches. So it's every at-bat's tough, and that's where, you don't have too many at-bats where it's like, okay, this is going to be a little easier one, I can take it easy, or a little simpler approach. No, it's every guy you face is bringing their A game with elite stuff, so that's definitely been the change.
Aaron, congratulations.
Hey, thank you.
Hey, how much intrigued have you been by Paul Skenes' background and the fact he was at the Air Force Academy for 2 years and still wants to go back and build what he's done?
Oh, it's impressive, even I got a chance to play against Air Force when I was at Fresno State, and we were up there, and there was snow on the ground. It was freezing. We were getting ready to hit BP, and we were watching them take BP, and we had our long sleeves on, our jersey on, we had 2 jackets on, and these guys were out there in shorts and tank tops, so a little psychological warfare there, but it just they got a lot of tough kids over there, and he's got an impressive background. For him to want to still go back to the military, man, just speaks volume to the type of person he is. We see what he does on the field, but it just shows you what type of person he is on the inside.
You hope to face him tomorrow night? He's only going 1 inning, but you hope to face him.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know where I'm hitting in the lineup, but clean up. Okay, so we'll see. I think hopefully I can get in there. We'll see what happens.
It'd be fun for you just to say his exhibition, obviously, just to face him.
Yeah, we'll play Pittsburgh later in the year, so hopefully get a chance to face him then. But it'd be good to get a chance to see him, definitely in his first All-Star game. It'd be cool.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Did this ever get old, or being an All-Star and being involved in this?
No, never, because each year is so different. You know, you got a different team each year, different guys make it. You know, seeing guys have their first All-Star game, and I think that's the coolest thing for me is just being around so many great players, getting to pick their brain, talk to them. You know, you play against them, and you got a level of respect for them on the field as you compete, but now getting a chance to meet them and really get to know the person behind the jersey is, I think, the coolest part about it.
How about the youth movement and all the first-time All-Stars and the changing of the guard in Major League Baseball? Do you look at it like that?
A little bit, yeah. This next wave of kids coming up it's amazing. You know, you think of Gunnar Henderson as his first one, and he's been putting MVP numbers up all season for the Orioles. You know, next to Garrett here, who's, you know, had an incredible season, you know, doing this thing for the White Sox. It's just, you know, Bobby Witt too. Bobby Witt with Kansas City, man. It's fun to watch him and what he does for the game. You know, he's hits for power, got the speed, hits for average, great defender. So yeah, there's quite a few new young guys coming up that are going to be, I think, at these games for quite a few years.
How about you? Chance to make it to 70 home runs? You thought about that, or you just kind of?
Yeah, you know, I try not to think about it. You know, I watched Barry Bonds growing up for quite a few years, and you know, he made it look easy back then, but it definitely is not that easy. So if we keep winning ball games, that's all I'm really focused on.
And Steph and LeBron finally get to play together for Team USA. Who's one teammate you'd love to get the chance to play with?
Say that one more time.
Steph and LeBron are finally teammates for the Olympics. Who's one MLB player you'd love to be a teammate with that you haven't yet?
Ooh. Well, just watching, we just played in Baltimore, Gunnar Henderson. You know, seeing him, what he's doing for them. You know, they're in first place doing their thing, and just impressive to watch. At bat after at bat, he works his walks. He plays great defense. Hits the ball out of the ballpark. Hits for average. It's just great instincts on the base path, man. He's a special talent for sure.
And who do you want taking the last shot for Team USA?
Being in California, you know, I love watching Steph do his thing, but LeBron or Steph, those are my two picks. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. No, I definitely will take this, especially with the heat that's outside right now. I'll definitely take playing in this dome, but it's going to be a rocking crowd. Like, this is always fun thing about a dome is usually gets a little louder with the crowd, and it's going to be a packed house here, you know, not only tonight but tomorrow for the game as well. So we'll definitely have some fun, and hopefully the AC is blowing out.
Hey, Danny Wexelman, Aaron Judge, good to see you.
Good to see you.
You were nominated last year. You weren't able to come, but you're back this year. How good does that feel?
Oh, it feels great. You know, you never want to take these moments and these opportunities for granted because you never know how many you're going to get, which one's going to be your last one, and so getting a chance to be here, you know, I was injured last year, but, you know, once we learned we were coming to the game, I was like, we can't miss this. So each year is so different, each year is so unique and a great experience, and to get to share it with, you know, Clay and Juan and, you know, seeing what they've been doing all year for us, it's going to be a treat.
Hey, when you think about Juan, what stands out the most? What are the words that come to mind watching the first half of you guys?
Just consistent, you know, day in and day out. Doesn't matter where we're at, how he's feeling, how the team's doing. Like, he's going to go out there and post his numbers. It's impressive day in and day out. He's going to get on base 3 times at least a game and come up clutch when we need him, start a rally when we need him to. So it's been a fun journey watching him this first half, and looking forward to more of it in the second half.
I got to know what you think about Skenes starting for the National League and what you've thought about his season so far, but also maybe getting the chance to face him.
It's been impressive just seeing what he's done. You know, I think he only has 11 starts in the big leagues, but, you know, it's electric stuff. You know, each pitch he has is elite. He's got a fastball that can run up to 100+ miles an hour. Great feel for his, you know, slider, his changeup, everything. So it's good for the game. You know, I love to see it. You know, saw him do his thing in the College World Series at LSU, and also in a short time later, he's up here in the big leagues doing it, and going to be doing an All-Star game. So just excited for him and excited for his future.
Just one more. Who are you looking forward to seeing here? You've been to a couple, but is there a guy that you wanted to play with or face in this All-Star game?
You know, with the Red Sox, Tanner Houck, you know, he's been a guy I've seen quite a bit. You know, he's got disgusting stuff on the mound. You know, great fastball, great feel for it, great slider. so getting a chance to see him, and he's a competitor, so it's cool to kind of see the guy behind the jersey.
I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hi, Aaron Sanchez in Sports. I asked many players, and they say that they want to play with you in the American. Do you have one player that you want to play in the American now in the All-Star game?
Seeing Gunnar Henderson, we just played in Baltimore. Gunnar Henderson was impressive, man. He's putting up MVP numbers, doing this thing for the Orioles. So he's been definitely a guy I've been watching a lot, and just admiring his game.
Did you miss the home run derby, or you're okay?
It was fun. I had a blast when I did it, but it's time for other people to do it. Have some fun with it, hit some homers. I'll probably do it again down the road at some point, but not this year. Not this year.
One favorite for today? The home run derby.
It's tough. Adolis, he's in his home park. Seen him hit a lot of homers, a lot of big homers, and especially in the World Series. So he might be my pick, but we'll see. There's a lot of good hitters. So this is a good group. This is a good group this year.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Talk about the Team USA a little bit. You guys should be allowed to play Olympics, 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. Baseball may back in now. Probably up to you guys. If you guys able to play, probably Olympic IOC may bring baseball back. Do you want to come?
That's always been a dream, get a chance to represent the U.S., especially in the Olympics would be, a dream come true. Because as kids, I remember watching the Summer Olympics, the Winter Olympics, and, if we got a chance to bring baseball back to the Summer Olympics and you get a chance to have all these guys that are sitting here with me in those games, I think it only is not only great for the Olympics, but I think great for MLB, as they get a chance to showcase their players on a, national, worldwide stage. So, we'll see what happens. I know a lot of guys here would love to do that, so we'll see if we can get it done.
Yeah, already Bryce Harper kind of spoke out. He wants to play, so maybe you are behind. Okay, we should.
Yeah, no, I got his back. Definitely. I think that'd be a cool experience for everybody. And like I said, just important thing is growing this game. So the next generation and those young fans that we got watching us, if they get a chance to watch us in a different setting, representing our country, I think that only helps the game grow. You're welcome.
Aaron, is the impact that Soto's brought you guys even beyond the dream that you had for when you guys brought him in, for what it's meant to you, what it's meant to the club in general?
Oh, it's more than we imagined, I think. It's just what he's brought. You go back to that first series in Houston. He comes up, hits a homer, guns a guy out at home. Like he's doing it all right now. He's getting on base when guys aren't pitching to him. He's been a catalyst for our offense, and I love having him hit in front of me. That's for sure.
How has New York embraced him? How has he likewise embraced the Yankee fans in New York?
Oh, you just come out to a game. I think you'll hear the bleachers. Every time he runs out there, they give him a big roar. After he makes a great diving catch, throws somebody out. After he hits a homer, he comes back out. Before he even gets back to his spot, everyone's on their feet out there in right field. So it's just, the fans have definitely, been loving on him, and I think he's been loving on our fans too. Putting up, unreal numbers this year.
The cliche is this never gets old, but I'm sure it really does not get old for you guys to be back in an All-Star game for you specifically. So what is the honor each year mean?
It's incredible, getting a chance to represent the Yankees here. I think back of all the past, Yankee All-Stars that we've had in this great, organization. It's just cool to be with that group and, be with the new crew this year with Clay and Juan. It's, never take this for granted. Getting a chance to meet a lot of these great players, get a chance to talk with them. And this is what it's all about right here, and get to go out there and have some fun.
You appreciate it even more the longer you play?
Yeah, because this game gets harder every single year. The game adjusts, the players adjust, the league adjusts to you every single year. You got to continue to grow as a player. So, getting a chance to be in my sixth one, I never would have thought as a kid, if you would have asked me when I was 10 years old, if I'd be in six, All-Star games in Major League Baseball. I never would have imagined it. You dream about it. You work hard to get here, but it's kind of like a pinch me moment for sure.
This park holds a certain special memory for you. What's it like to be back here playing at All-Star?
Oh, it's cool. Yeah, we definitely had a special moment in 22 here a couple of years ago. So, definitely maybe I can put one in the same spot for the All-Star game. We'll see.
How have you grown? You mentioned obviously growing to you. So how have you grown to allow you to have the success you're having this year?
I think the biggest thing is just being real with yourself. You know, understanding that you don't have everything figured out. You know, humble enough to kind of step back and just have real conversation. Like, hey, what do I need to improve on? You know, if I need to improve on getting on base, I need to improve at swinging at strikes, I need to improve on hitting a certain pitch. I think that's what it comes down to, because sometimes in this game you can kind of be blinded with, you know, hey, I got it all figured out, I'm in the big leagues, or hey, I made an all-star game, I got it all figured out. But, you know, the world keeps moving on, the game keeps moving on, the game keeps growing. So if you want to be a part of it, you got to take a step back sometimes and look at what you're doing and how can I improve. So for me, it's just about, you know, having the right people in my corner that can tell me, hey, you got to improve on X, Y, and Z, and if you want to keep, you know, being at the top of your game. So I think that's been the biggest thing for me, is just you just got to be real with yourself.
We're with Top, so we got a baseball card question or two for you, to pack of cards if you want to open them. So first question is, do you know what the most expensive Aaron Judge card ever sold is?
Oof. Most expensive, I would say maybe a rookie card. I don't know which one though.
Do you want to guess what the price was?
Oh, I don't.
I'll tell you what the price was. The price was $324,000.
Oh, who's spending money on that? Come on. That's.
Anything you want to say to the person who bought that card?
Oh, it's amazing. Hopefully it keeps going up in value. I'll keep trying to do my thing on the field so it goes up in value. But that's amazing. You know, I love all the fans, especially we have quite a few guys in our clubhouse that are ripping these day in and day out. They follow a lot of different channels and streamers that do it. So it's amazing.
You think you'll ever get into collecting?
At some point, man. Nestor Cortez keeps pushing me. He keeps pushing me. He keeps showing me all the ones he keeps getting. So we're getting close, I think. But I think my wife might be a little mad at me. We're running out of space. I can't be having a bunch of cards, I think, in the house. We'll see.
What's the strangest thing anyone has ever asked you to sign?
I can't even think right now. I've signed different casts, prosthetic legs, like kind of everything, I think. So nothing too crazy. I'll sign cards all day, but.
Love it. And if you were to collect a card of anyone playing in the All-Star game this weekend, who would it be?
Probably Harper. I've watched him for quite a few years do his thing, so seeing him get a chance to do it with Philly, it's definitely Harper.
Love it. Last question for you. Baseball cards usually have a fun fact written on the back. If you were writing the back of your own card or even one for a teammate, what might that say?
Fun fact, I got 2 adorable dachshunds at home. I think that's probably about it. Hopefully we can have a card with both my dogs on it one day. We'll see.
I think we might be able to make that happen. Awesome. That pack's for you to start the collection. Have a good one. Thanks for the time.
Hey, thank you very much. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm asking around who's the best of the best. Who's your most impressive, most biggest monster, the best All-Star among these All-Star players? Who's the most impressive player for you?
You know, I could go on and on. You know, it's a lot of these guys you have in the AL. You know, Jose Ramirez, what he's done with Cleveland. You know, seeing Stephen Kwan, you know, getting a chance to face him the past couple seasons, and to see him, man, the guy, just don't throw it over the plate. If you throw it over the plate, he's going to be on base. And it's impressive to watch those guys, you know, compete against them, especially in the playoffs.
If you pick one player, if you have to pick one player, who would you?
I'd say Harper. You know, he's done it big time in the postseason, put up big numbers, 2-time MVP, man. It's pretty impressive.
There are only 9 black players drafted so far this year. What's it take to get more black kids?
I think growing the game. I think that's the most important thing. You know, we keep having big events like this. You know, I think what they're doing with the draft the other night, you know, just how they're showcasing these young players. I think if you can get a lot of these young players on TV, just get their exposure. I think that's the most important thing, man. You watch the NBA, the NFL, man, just the exposure they have. You know, they're following kids in college, like they know their names already. So, you know, just getting a chance to highlight some of these young players coming up, I think that's only going to grow the game and just inspire some youth to go out there and chase their dreams.
You mentioned young players growing up. Do you feel like it's more of a money thing with being able to afford bats and things like that?
Definitely, but, you know, MLB's been doing such a great job. The Players Alliance has been trying to do a great job at, you know, getting out bats, getting out gloves, just having different programs, different baseball camps and softball camps just to try to inspire them to get out there and play. You know, I think that's one thing that, you know, they have definitely improved, but they can still improve on. I think with MLB, it's just, you know, making it affordable and easy for kids to go out there and play this wonderful game.
If if you had one message to a young black kid to get them, what would that message be? At least try it out.
Man, just go out there and try it. You know, I think the game will speak for itself, man. It's a fun game. You know, you get a chance to go out there with some of your buddies, have some fun, learn the rules. It's just, man, it's given me so much, given my family so much, a great opportunity. It gave me an opportunity to be here in an All-Star game. So, you know, I just got to go out there and play, man. I think that's the most important thing.
Aaron,
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Aaron, Chris Sale and Max Fried, what makes each of those guys so special?
Well, they're both left-handed pitchers, but they're both have unique stuff. You know, Chris Sale's throwing the ball. It feels like he's throwing it from where the second baseman's standing from. He can get the fastball up to 95, 97, 98 miles an hour. He's got great feel for all his pitches. He's a guy that doesn't back down. He comes right at you. You know, so it's been fun, even when his days in Boston, getting a chance to face him year after year. It's you look forward to those days. You know, you don't like facing him because he's one of the best in the game, but you like competing against the best. And then Max Fried, man, it's just been cool to see him continue to grow as a pitcher year in and year out. Man, he's another guy that's got a great fastball, can put it where he wants, got great feel for his off-speed pitches. You know, it doesn't matter. Like, he's a guy that he'll get into a jam, but he knows how to get himself out of it. And, you know, that's what makes him one of the best in the game for sure.
So you are pretty happy to have Sale out of the AL East?
Oh, definitely. But then when we started playing everybody on the schedule now, we had to face Atlanta, and, you know, he lined up with us. So it's yeah, definitely happy to have him out of AL East, so I'm going to see him, you know, every other week. But no, it's still fun watching him do his thing with the Braves, man. He's a special pitcher. You're welcome.
Babe Ruth hit a Paul Skenes fastball.
Oof. That's a tough question, man. You gotta ask the Babe.
I got an easier one then. In a 40-yard dash, you have a 15-yard head start. Are you still beating out Ellie De La Cruz?
No, he is gonna smoke me. I saw that firsthand since he just came to the Bronx, and it's impressive, man. He had a triple, I think, for his first hit in the Bronx, and he goes and hits a homer into their bullpen. The guy's electric, man. He's good for the game. You know, definitely going to be rooting for him and following him for his career.
Aaron, you've talked your entire career about wanting to face the best competition. Skenes was asked earlier about potentially facing you in the first inning, depending on how the first inning goes. He said, yeah, that would be awesome. How would you like to face Skenes and all the attention and everything that's come with, you know, his first 11 starts?
I think so. Like you said, he's one of the best pitchers in the game. You know, he's starting this game for a reason. You know, he's got electric stuff, electric fastball, great feel for all his pitches. So, you know, he's going to have quite a few All-Star games under his belt, I think, when his career is over. So getting a chance to possibly face him for his first one would be a pretty cool experience.
Second half, if Babe Ruth could hit a Skenes fastball, can Aaron Judge hit a Skenes fastball?
I think we'll find out here soon.
Aaron Judge for the Dominican Republic, can you hold this, please? Oh, just put it there.
Perfect.
Have you ever been to Dominican Republic?
I have not.
Well, having now Juan Soto in the team, what do you know about Dominican Republic? Does he show you some words in Spanish, Dominican food, nothing?
You know, he showed me he puts on some good parties for his birthday out there. So I told him, I said, hey, well, we were flying in here to Dallas. I said, hey, me and Clay are on the list for your next birthday party, all right? So don't forget us.
Okay, so I see you guys come together really well in the field, complimenting each other. How do you work that around the time? Because it's his first experience playing with you at the Yankees.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just making sure he's comfortable. You know, making sure he feels good out there in the outfield. I try to communicate as much as I can when I'm in center, just about where I'm at. You know, if I'm seeing stuff with the swings, you know, maybe we should shift, maybe we should not. And another great thing is just talking to him. Say, hey, man, if you see anything from a swing, talk to me, we can shift and adjust. So I think the biggest thing is just having great communication. And then when we're in the lineup, I'm always talking to him about what he's seeing from a pitcher. Hey, you faced this guy in the National League before. What have you seen from him? And he always gives me great insight. So I think just having, you know, open line of communication is, I think, the biggest thing and the biggest reason why we're having success right now.
There for a long time now. How do you handle the pressure? Because, you know, Yankees fans are tough, especially if you're not having a really good time. So how do you prepare for that?
You just got to go. You know, Yankee fans, they don't want excuses. You know, they want to see you go out there and win. They don't want to hear any excuses. So I think the biggest thing is just go out there and just do your job. I think that's what it comes down to. If I go out there and do my job, you know, they're going to have my back no matter what. And they also want to see us win. So you got to go out there and make sure you're winning these ball games. So, pressure, it comes if you listen to it or if you feel it. Like, I still got a job to do on the field, and if I don't get the job done in my first at bat, well, now it's time to go on defense and try to make a play. So it's just about just always being ready to have your moment on the field, and that pressure goes away.
Everybody talks about this huge contract Juan Soto should get because he has good skills and abilities. What do you think? You think he's worthy? 600 million?
I don't know about numbers. That's kind of out of my my realm, but I think he definitely deserves any type of money he's asking for. I think he definitely deserves it.
Now you've been here again, the 6th time, also MVP. What is the biggest goal you still have? What do you want to achieve in baseball finally?
World Series championship. I think that's the number one thing. That's ever since I got drafted, get a chance to be with the Yankees organization, was always hearing about the stories of all the World Series they won and the runs they went on, and how the city transformed when it was happening. So I think that's the biggest thing. I just want to bring a championship back. It's been quite a long time since '09, and I've been with the Yankees since '17. So it's I think it's time we do that.
Favorite one for the Home Run Derby?
Ooh, Adolis, man. He's in his home park, so we're looking forward to that.
Say something in Spanish to close out.
I got nothing. I won't embarrass myself. I got nada.
Thank you so much.
Aaron, the second half, you have a...
Country to Mariano Rivera. Do you have opportunity to speak with him about the game, about the team? You're the captain now, the leader of the team. How do you say Mariano to you, to the game, about the legacy? How he told you about the team?
Yeah, Mariano's been great. That's one great thing about being with the Yankees is a lot of these great legends in the game, still come back. They come back for spring training. They come back during the year to be around us and talk with us. And, I've been blessed to get a chance to pick Mariano's brain quite a few times and just ask him different questions about playing in New York. How'd you handle certain things? And he's talked to our team. I think back in 21, he talked with all of us. When they all came back for a reunion, he sat down with the whole team and kind of shared his thoughts, his mindset, and he was such a fierce competitor. He's had such a calming demeanor on the mound, but getting a chance to talk to him, he was a stone cold killer. Like, he wanted to go out there and win every single game, get everybody out. So he means a lot, not only to the Yankee organization, but even the team we have now. He means so much to us, the fans, the city. So every time I get a chance to see him, I'm always trying to say hello to him and pick his brain.
Aaron, suggestions? Say hi to Panama people?
What's that?
You can say hi to Panama people. The Panama country.
How we doing? Keep watching.
Aaron, what makes this the first All-Star so special about this?
This one just...
What makes this one so special?
I think just the team that I'm around, getting a chance to do this with so many great players in the AL this year, so many young players that are getting their first All-Star experience. I think that's pretty cool to get a chance to be there with them and kind of watch their career grow over the years. Getting a chance to do it with Juan Soto coming into his first year in the Bronx, and what he's done. He's been putting up impressive numbers, having an MVP year. It's pretty amazing. And with Clay Holmes too, our closer, this is his second All-Star game, and getting to be here with him is pretty special.
Growing up as a kid, what was your first baseball autograph?
Pedro Feliz with the Giants. I was down the third base line, and he was stretching for a game, and I was yelling with my buddy, and he kind of waved us off to start, but we were pretty persistent, so he came back and signed my Giants hat.
Is there one autograph that you're missing that you would like to have?
Oof. I don't have a King Griffey signed jersey, so I got to maybe ask him. I see him a lot, so hopefully I can get him to sign a jersey for me.
Do you have any suggestions off the top of your head? I know it's not easy to make the All-Star game better. And is there any way to incentivize the home run derby a little bit, just to get the biggest home run hitters? I know you were fantastic. Miami, when you had the home run derby, Ohtani obviously would be nice. Is there any way to get them to do it, or is it just you feel like it messes with your swing?
I don't think it really messes with the swing. I think it's more just, we play every single day. So I think if it was just a Friday to Friday experience to where we could really, players could come here and enjoy the time with their family, and and just enjoy the experience, I think that'd be the biggest thing. And also a little bit of time to rest and get ready for the second half. You know, when we kind of get here, it's, you know, home run derby the next day after your game. Then also you got All-Star game. Then you're flying out to either your home city or whatever city you're going to. So I think just the rest is the biggest thing. If you want players to be in it and stay healthy, you got to give them time to do their thing.
One more thing, do you feel good about where the Yankees are now, and how do you like having Juan on the team, and do you feel like the Yankees are going to be able to keep Juan Soto?
Well, you know, I've loved our team since spring training. You know, I think more people on the outside, I think people asking us questions are the ones that, you know, they got to ask those questions. They got to doubt. They got to bring up stories. So I think everybody in our clubhouse is, you know, had the faith in us. And if you would have asked us, you know, whatever our record is right now, if you would have asked us out of spring training, if we would have taken that, I think a lot of people would have signed up for that, you know, plus more. So, you know, we got we're a great ball club. You know, we're in a great position to go out there and do our thing in the second half. So, and getting a chance to play with Juan, it's been wonderful. He's a once-in-a-lifetime talent, that's for sure.
Aaron, what have you seen of Skenes, and are you kind of excited to face him? Do you think you might get a chance to face him? What have you thought of Skenes?
I hope so. I haven't seen the lineup, but I think I heard I'm batting fourth, so we'll see what happens there in the first. I know the guys are probably going to come out swinging, so hopefully we'll get a chance to face him. He's just an incredible pitcher. You know, what he's doing for the game is huge in such a short amount of time, so this will be pretty cool.
Aaron, what do you think the Yankees need for the second half?
Different. I mean, you take away different things from local players every time you're here.
Yeah, like I said, I just like to pick their brains. I like to be around the guys. You know, what makes these players so great. You know, if I can take one little thing from their warm-up routine, one thing from maybe their cage routine, maybe off-season training they do, you know, and that can help me be a better player, like, I'm going to take it.
And you know the fans are never going to let you off the hook. You're going to be playing in this All-Star game for quite a few years. So, I mean, you're not going to get that break. Are you okay with that?
Oh, definitely. You know, getting a chance to represent the Yankees, be here for an All-Star game, it's something I'll never take for granted. Even if we don't have any days off, you know, I'm going to still be here playing in the game.
How about the second half? What do you think the Yankees need for the second half?
Just keep staying consistent. I think that's the biggest thing is, you know, you kind of, each team goes through it where you have a couple down weeks, some high moments, but I think the most important thing is just staying consistent. We've lost a couple games with some crazy plays, and, you know, it comes down to us being consistent, man. That's the number one thing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I think about the All-Star game as an opportunity to reboot the season from the, how the All-Star week can help a team to reboot, to reset.
Yeah, well, I think just getting that 4 days to kind of be with your family, kind of reset, evaluate your first half, and look at the good, look at the bad, and just kind of be real with yourself about, you know, what changes do I need to make and what changes does the team need to make. And I think when you play every single day, it's kind of tough to sit back and reflect on how can I improve, what do we need to change. So having these 4 days to step back, where can we improve is always a nice little break.
Aaron, you have huge fans all over the world, and as a face of the MLB, how you want to boost up the baseball, the population, like a popularity throughout the All-Star game.
How to boost it?
Yeah, to boost the baseball, itself.
I think just the exposure. You know, I think we've had quite a few players from all over the world who are going to be in this game. I just think just having more exposure. I think if the All-Star break was a little longer, we had different experiences, different ways to highlight the players besides just the game. I think that'd be a great way to really highlight a lot of different things. You know, you look at the NBA, you look at the NFL, some of the things they're doing with their All-Star experience, and you know, I think we could take a couple of tips from them.
And all eyes on you in the war. What do you think about that?
That's pretty cool. You know, I never would have thought that, but you know, all eyes are going to be on Major League Baseball. I think that's the most important thing. Is, you know, we got a lot of great players here. It's going to be a fun event. I know tonight's going to be definitely rocking with the home run derby. That's going to be pretty special. But no, we're just going to go out there, have some fun, enjoy these couple of days, and then get back to it after the break.
Aaron,
You're welcome.
You could pick 4 players all time. You can include yourself to participate in home run derby. Who would it be?
Oof. I'll go Reggie Jackson, Willie McCovey, Pete Alonso, and Rafi Devers.
And if you could participate in an Olympic sport that's not baseball, what would it be?
Olympic sport that's not baseball? I'll do something track and field. Give me the long jump or something. I think I got some long strides. We can stride it out. What's that?
Who are you rooting for tonight?
I think you got to go with the hometown people. I think Adolis, he's going to be hitting in his home park. He kind of knows the grounds. He knows where to leave. So I think that's who I'm going for. We'll see though.
Will we see you in home run derby?
At some point. But we got to focus on winning games, winning championships, and then we'll get to that.
And real quick, I'm a real big fan. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm nervous. Okay, I'm blanking. Okay, so I'm sure that there is a very strict diet that you have to follow, right? I'm sure all the players, but are there any foods that you will not eat before the game? That you're like, absolutely not, this is going to be bad for you?
I try not to go too greasy with anything. I like trying to get some veggies in, chicken, a protein. I'll do some pastas too if I need some quick energy. But we have so many great chefs in New York. They always take care of us. So they usually they line it up pretty well for us.
All right, guys.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks, guys.